New leadoff bomb against the Angels. Let's go. Welcome back to Hot Take Sports 179. We got a full house today. Clayton actually decided to show up for once.
I did. My call time got pushed back tomorrow, so I was able to make the drive.
Oh, what's the show?
I don't show up till 6:40.
That's a call time joke show, like you're in a musical. Leo, how are you doing?
Doing pretty good. It was a decent Monday. The Reds are up 6-0. That's cool.
Oh,
and they got a good leg day.
Let's say, don't be bashful. Tell us about your leg day. Come on now.
Leg day was pretty good.
Come on now. Come on.
Leg day was pretty good.
Say it. Say it.
It's pretty good.
Say it. Leo hit a new PR on squat. Go great.
It was good.
I'm talking about.
It's not good, probably to other people.
It's not much, but it's honest work.
Yep.
That's what's up.
I squat like once a year, so don't feel bad.
Good, good. Nice day of work. Nice day of class. Go darts. Gardos all the time.
Go Cards? Is that what you said?
Gardos all the time.
Oh,
Yeah, go Newt too, because he hit a bomb, and he's on my fantasy team.
big
Good
Newt,
for him.
baby.
Newt.
Dick, how you doing?
So glad he's playing well.
I couldn't help it.
I'm doing well. Just recovering from opening weekend. Worked a lot last week, so just trying to kind of somewhat take it easy today, at least in the morning before I worked more. So,
How much caffeine are you consuming per day?
Not enough.
well,
I know that doesn't always have the right effect on you, so this might be a dangerous game, but
so I think I had 5 cans of Celsius throughout the weekend.
I thought you were gonna
I
say,
was gonna say today. I'm like,
Oh, okay.
No.
Because we're like a Pepsi ballpark, and we're same with the arena. So like, our vendors, like one of the sponsors, like dumped up like a bunch of Celsius just to the entire front office.
yeah, the fact that you didn't bring any home for us is crazy.
Yeah, what the
That's
heck?
because there weren't any left.
Oh,
Oh,
well.
I literally grabbed the last one or Sunday morning,
Nice.
but they're 270 milligrams of caffeine per can,
Yeah.
and I
that's
had
the big ones.
I had 2.
Oh, you had the big cans.
Yeah.
Those are only 200.
Yeah, the
The
big.
smaller ones are 200.
Yeah, I had the big cans. I think I had 2 Friday, 2 Saturday,
Oh, yeah.
and 1 Sunday.
That's what I'm talking about.
That does not include random cans of Mountain Dew and other things.
Which is
So,
another, what, 52 milligrams of caffeine? Anybody fact check me on that?
Something like that.
Should I know the exact?
It's a lot more sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 37.
Carbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Carbs are low key crazy too.
the fact that I'm any sort of functioning after that is incredible, but paycheck's gonna be really.
Hey, that's
Go team.
that's
Plus, you
important.
only have a couple more weeks of it. Unless I'm wrong.
Baseball
I can
season?
literally go towards mid-June, but
Okay.
all depends on hockey, baby.
That's my point.
That is true. In theory, we could be done at the end of April.
Does that playoff start yet?
No,
2
they
weeks.
start in like 2 weeks. Yeah.
April 13th to the last home game.
Okay, so NHL, ECHL, and NBA playoffs are all basically at the same time.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Are you gonna be there?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be there both days?
No, just one of them. I want to get one more in. Before I do.
Playoffs. Talking about the playoffs.
Matt, how was your day?
Solid. Quick day at work for the most part. Doing a lot of hands-on work today. Actually got away from my desk. Whoa.
Wow.
And then a very average like day. So
Before we go any further and I forget about it. You already have plans that Friday then? You'll be there that Sunday? Okay, I'll say because I still have a set of 4 free tickets I could use on you people. So.
I could be free.
I was gonna say if all 4 of you are free Friday night, you guys are more than welcome to
what
come up.
Friday?
The 11th. Both teams are home though, so parking could be slightly busy.
Doesn't look like I have anything.
I
Am I allowed to
can
go
make
to a
that
hockey game?
work.
Am I allowed to go to a hockey game?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
We're gonna lose.
Good. That'll teach us.
Will it?
I'm in.
Probably.
Hey, you
Might teach me.
I say you'll be going to the game that weekend that we don't have to beat, so that's okay.
Okay, yeah. Then
We're playing Fort Wayne. So I want to beat them, but we don't have to beat them.
Well,
We have to beat Indy.
I haven't watched a winning hockey team in 2 years at this point, so
Well, hopefully we can have this week.
I'm in.
that's like a year. I guess.
I'll put that request in tomorrow if you're free, Leo.
I'll just check, but it should be fine.
Okay.
Speaking of hockey at the Huntington Center, I worked the college hockey regional last weekend.
That's kind of crazy. How'd you end up with that gig?
So
By
every
accident.
year,
So about
every year they have a different school host, and BG's stadium isn't big enough, so they moved it up to Toledo, and all of our staff worked it. And they brought me
Well,
of everybody they could bring. They looked at me and they were like, "Yeah, that guy."
No, he just did a special thing, if you know what I mean.
that big nose, that guy, huh?
I'll take the guy with this gut hanging out. That's any room to make fun of.
Yeah, that was a great inflection. You nailed that.
Yeah, I know.
but I think that's why Eddie George was the one that came with the first pitch.
Yeah.
Well, supposed to.
Just the BG takeover of Toledo.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And 2 different games on Thursday. Ohio State got killed by Boston U. It was 3-3 going into the third. Boston U scored 5 unanswered.
Ooh.
OSU gave up a shorty and it was over after that.
Yeah.
And then number 2, there's 16 teams that make it. Number 2, Michigan State was playing number 15 Cornell, and Cornell beat them with 10 seconds left. It was 2-2. Cornell got a power play with about 1:30 left, and then scored with 10 seconds to go. It was wild.
Yeah. So they set up the regional to make a crap ton of money, and they made it.
Yeah, like because
It would have been Michigan State, Ohio State in Toledo,
tickets
and instead neither of them made it.
tickets for Saturday on Wednesday were like $161 for 2 of them. There were dollar standing tickets on Saturday. Dollar.
That's what you get for trying to rig sports, man.
Yeah, like it could not. And Saturday was a great game too. It went to overtime. And in college hockey, they don't do 3 on, like in the playoffs, they don't do 3-on-3. They just do 20s until somebody scores.
Yeah.
But it was in the middle of the first one. BU finally got it, so they're off to St. Louis.
Sloop.
Yep.
So my other thing on the endless overtimes. So like down by the locker room, we have like a little monitor. Like we all watch the game at the end of the game. And we've played 21 games this season past regulation. So we've all been playfully joking the entire season that if it starts to happen in playoffs, somebody just needs to cave and bring in a 50-inch TV. But we're all like we really don't want to like bring it in because then probably end up using it for overtime. It's like
Never mind.
It was fun. I put my name in to go down for the Frozen Four. Doubt that'll happen, but
So what was your job?
I was just did the same thing to do at BG.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was just to a lot more people.
Crowd guy.
Yeah, but man, it
Nice.
was fun. That's the last time I do it. That's a good one to hang my hat on.
Yep,
I have no
that'll work.
regrets there.
Then he tried to take a tour of the old Fifth Third field
I
after
did
opening
take a
day.
tour of the third field.
Or game 2, I guess. The gate was open. He just walked in. He tried to FaceTime me, and I'm like, I'm in a conference room with a broadcast.
Yeah, I'm
What's
walking
going
back
on,
to my
man?
car and I noticed that the center field gate was open. I was like, yes.
Well, what are you stopping me?
But there were still people inside, so I was like, okay, it's not that late. So I walked in there. I didn't know how long ago the game had ended or anything like that, but I walked in there just to like see if anybody was hanging out or that I was gonna. Then Brady and I got to talk for a little bit, but yeah, it was fun. Happy I got to do it. And we have Penn State was the only Big Ten team that made it, and then Boston University, Denver, and who was the last team that made it? There's one other team that made it that's escaping me at the moment, but that's not this weekend because of the Final Four. It's the next weekend. So, go team.
Was it weird seeing the ice without all the advertisements?
Yeah. It was weird seeing the ice without all the ads. It was weird being on the ice. Like,
Oh, well, I was gonna ask you about that too.
yeah, like I just called my dad standing on the middle of the ice before the game at one point. I was like, hey, look at this. And then showed it to him, and he was like, what are you doing? I was like, well, the door was open. There's other people out here, so
I'm working. Or
Yeah.
something,
I had a pass.
I
So
guess. Yeah. Ain't gonna stop you.
yeah.
As long as you look official. Pretend like you know what you're doing.
And speaking of college tournaments, transition, nice job.
Nailed it.
Final Four this coming weekend. Lot of straightforward games this year. Like
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
nothing too crazy.
yeah,
Nope.
all 4 1 seeds made it for the second time ever. We got Auburn, Florida, Duke, and Houston. I believe it's in Phoenix, right?
San Antonio.
San Antonio. Yeah, I'm excited.
You know, Charles Barkley loves him from San Antonio.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. I was gonna say I didn't think so.
Nope.
Sorry, Chuck, but you're going to San Antonio.
You said something about how all the women in San Antonio are fat. I don't know how long that was, but
It was on TNT
I
broadcast
was
too,
thinking
wasn't
of
it?
like, I was thinking of like a rivalry with David Robinson, but no.
nope.
Okay. Wow.
It's Charles Barkley. Just assume it doesn't relate to basketball.
All right, yeah, I'll buy that. But let's go around the circle. Isaac, we got Auburn, Florida, Duke, Houston. Who you got in the championship?
I still have Duke.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Brady.
I do believe, if I remember my bracket correctly, I have Duke beating Florida. So I'm gonna ride it out, stick with it. I have nothing else. I'm just gonna cough.
All right.
Matt.
I'm gonna stay with Auburn. I think they were the number one overall seed the whole time. Might as well keep going with the number one. So, but I wouldn't be surprised. I think Duke would be my number 2 team.
Leo.
I'll stick with Houston. I have Houston winning in our family one, but I think it'll be Houston, Florida.
And I'm gonna go with Florida because I actually have Florida in one of my brackets. So.
I think we did this last week.
I think
I think we did too.
Everybody just stuck with the team they had.
Yeah, Florida. I filled out 2 brackets and I had St. John's in one and Florida in the other.
The one thing for me is like Auburn is like the betting dog. Like the number 1 overall seed has the highest or the lowest odds to actually win.
Yeah,
It just
Florida-
seems like it should be inane, but
Yeah,
We got Florida
over.
at -2.5 right now, and Duke at -5.5.
I was gonna say the thing I saw earlier was like Duke was like plus 120. Or maybe it was plus 1200 or something. I don't know. Something along those lines. But Duke was the favorite.
That's not surprising.
Mines.
I was gonna say
They were still plus. They
To win
were,
the championship.
Yeah, to win the championship.
Oh, I thought you were saying for that game.
my bad, man.
Oh no. Do you guys agree
No.
that the Saturday of the Final Four is more fun than the actual national championship?
Yes.
That's generally true.
I would. I guess there's just 4 teams you are fighting for a shot instead of just maybe you like one or neither of the 2 in the championship game. But I don't know. I could see how it would be more entertaining for people to watch that instead of just watch the championship game.
Either way, it's going to be a good Final Four, a good championship.
Yeah.
game.
I mean, it's been a good tournament overall. There hasn't been anything super crazy. Like what? Arkansas was
Arkansas was the only one.
they were kind of the closest thing
They
to
were
a Cinderella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But even
only
then-
won 1 round. They beat Clemson in the first.
Yeah, that was-
5.
I think got whacked by Purdue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no upsets, massive upsets like usually.
The portal is gonna ruin Cinderella stories because, like,
Yeah.
It's gonna ruin more than just that.
well, yeah, but like example, a couple of years ago when FAU made that really deep run, their 3 best guys played in the tournament this year, just on 3 different
Mhm.
teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
You make a Cinderella run, and then they transfer.
yep,
Yeah, and then you get
It's
all
like
the
St.
national
Peter's a couple
spotlight.
years
And
ago.
then,
Yeah.
like same thing. All their best guys jumped in the portal after their tournament run.
Well, Doug's working for Uber now, so that doesn't help.
What?
Said then Doug's working for Uber now, so that doesn't help.
Doug,
Didn't know.
the short.
But what's his
short
up
guard
from
with
St.
the
Peter's?
hair and the mustache.
Oh yeah.
Either or whatever.
I actually think he's a basketball coach. I think he's a
Is he?
college basketball coach.
I just saw that he was at one of the games.
Yeah,
Now,
not,
while we're on the
not
topic,
like a massive D1, but like a small D1. Sorry.
while we're on the topic of the transfer portal, Indiana basketball, prime example of why the transfer portal shouldn't be a thing. How can you go? Because for those of you who might not have seen this yet,
I don't know.
their entire roster has either graduated or is in the portal. They have no guys on the team right now.
I just don't
Sorry,
understand.
Indiana. One ball.
Which is crazy because Indiana's a basketball school.
They're the last team to win a national championship and have an undefeated season.
Yeah.
They're the last team to do it.
I just don't understand why the transfer portal is not after the tournaments are over.
Transfer portal should be after the tournament. There should be more rules. There should be some growth guards. Same thing with NIL. Like,
Yeah, it needs to be regulated for
It
It
is-
is same way for college football and college.
yeah,
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 for
it's
all-
the same,
I'll say
it's the
my-
same
money-
thing across the board.
Money has ruined college sports.
All these
So-
playoffs are just literally platforms for people on bad teams just to like say, hey, I'm pretty good. And if I had help, we actually could have beat the team we played. So
Yeah.
I'll be on your team now.
Yep, show
An
out for a week and
under-recruited
get paid.
guy who
Yeah.
played well on the spotlight.
Which I like that aspect, but I don't like the aspect of just like everyone like, all right, I'm leaving later.
$88 million to come play here. Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
it's the good players on bad teams leaving to go somewhere else. It's the literal cycle we lived all throughout high school.
It screams baseball to me.
Oh, that too.
Like just the early start of baseball. Oh, you guys won't pay me? I'm gonna go where they will pay me a lot of money.
And don't get me wrong, college athletes deserve to get paid.
Yeah,
Yes.
Just
There's gotta
Not-
be some road,
not this
roadway
way.
here. It can't just be free agency. That like if your coach leaves and you want to transfer, yeah, I get that. Jump in the portal.
Sure.
I completely understand that. If you aren't like example, 5 BG hockey players right now in the portal, and it's all guys who weren't playing a ton. Okay, I get that. Especially with the class we have coming up, you're not gonna play. I understand.
Fair.
But if it's like, hey, we'll give you $3 million if you come here. No, that's ridiculous. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, there's got to be like stat thresholds. Like if you played in this number of games, you can't transfer. You can only transfer this many times. Like
you can transfer. You just have to sit out a year. Bring that rule.
oh yeah, well
That's-
that too.
yeah. Yeah.
And if you aren't going to play, they shouldn't be paying you. They might, but they shouldn't.
Yeah.
It's like the only way
Outside of scholarships.
Yes. Yes.
the only way they should be allowed to play if they transfer, if they didn't play in more than like say how many games are in a college basketball season?
25-ish. 20
Yeah.
For
I
what?
think
college basketball season.
he's saying what I'm.
One length of it?
Yeah.
That-
Like
that's
a
what
regular
makes that
season.
sound
That's a
right.
good guess.
I don't think it's any.
I'm gonna say
Because the top
let's say
teams are-
30, including a conference tournament.
Yeah, because
They-
the top teams are 30-win teams right now, or 30
So
win
if
teams.
you play in 14 games, you wouldn't have to sit out, but you play like half of them, you have to sit out for a year.
I think that might even be too many.
Yeah,
Like a
see,
red- like a red
he's
shirt
kind of
type
on the
thing.
same line that I was talking about.
Yeah.
I think I just gave the wrong example.
It'd be a percentage.
If you do
Yeah.
that,
10, 15% of games, 25% of games,
if
whatever.
you do that, then you got a rebuffer on what it is, minimum games you can play before you get a red shirt.
Yeah.
It would all
Yeah.
just, everything would
It
have
would
to be
trickle down.
reworked.
Yeah, but we also looked at that last week, and it said if you play in one basketball game, you can't redshirt. But that's definitely not true because there's different rules for like medical redshirts, and you
Well,
can
yeah.
play like 4 games or
And
something.
you can
like
stay in
that.
college
So
for 10 years.
And they stated
Yeah.
that, they stated the medical red shirts, like if you're injured or whatnot, but like, I think that was accurate.
you can
College
apply
basketball
for
is
it.
way different than college
They're just
football.
yeah. They're gonna have a couple more years of just like boring tournaments, and then finally a couple years down the line, they're finally gonna be like, all right, we're sick of this. We are losing money because of this. Like
Are they going to lose money?
Maybe.
With
I
an
doubt
asterisk, I think.
I think
With an
the
asterisk.
NCAA is still getting a chunk of all the money
Yeah.
that's coming in. So
yeah, but at the same time, people are still just gonna get bored because like, what if the tournament plays like? Obviously, it's March Madness. They almost never play at the same.
yeah, but that's not where the money comes from.
Well,
The money
no,
comes
but-
from like TV deals and stuff.
Well, no.
They're going to get plenty of
Well,
those.
yes,
Yeah.
but like if we have the almost exact same layout of like the Final Four, all the 1 seeds as the next year is this year, people are gonna be like, "Let's do the same thing as last year." But like it's all chalk until the Final Four. Like,
Yeah, but TNT is still paying, CBS is still paying, TBS is still paying, Mountain Dew is still paying to
Shit,
make
yes.
commercials, Toyota is still paying. to make commercials.
TV deals are a can of worms that I refuse to get into because it's all way too much
TV deals
Money.
on sports. man.
that's what
Money.
money is.
money, paper, stupid stuff. I hate it. Dude, I told
We
him we were talking about it.
baseball, and I was like, dude, just imagine how like sports mix was back in the day. Like you could just like it would just show you the sport events that were happening, and you could watch live, and you got it on that channel. Like, what if they just made one for like the MLB, and you could literally just scroll through and watch whatever team you wanted on said channel, instead of just like, oh, I'm sorry, you live in Ohio, so you can't watch anything outside of Ohio. Womp womp.
I pay for the team pass on NBA
I just
for the Timberwolves, and I couldn't watch our game last night in Minnesota because it was on a Detroit TV station.
Yeah.
It just
Excuse me, Meth Streams it is. Shout out to them.
it's so
No shout out to him when you don't want to be taken down.
it's just such
Nope,
a
shout out to them. Appreciate you having free sports earlier.
Stop it. No, just all the fine print on TV, like shows and what you can air in certain states and what you can't air is just asinine and stupid in this day and age.
Yeah, blackouts are just bullcrap at the
Like
point.
people are gonna
anyways.
watch it one way or another, whether they watch it legally, we don't, wink. But
I do.
yeah,
He
I'll admit to
he
it.
works for the Germans. It's fine.
What?
probably got
That's crazy.
a signal bouncing off like 18 different satellites.
Could be. But like yeah, like I
We
like, I
lost
agree with you guys. The blackouts are ridiculous because like if you live in a place with like like super close by major league team like for baseball specifically, like Iowa has 6 teams and like an okay driving range. You can't watch any of them. They're all blacked out. All
Yeah.
6 of them.
But the whole point of blackouts back in the day were to get people to go to games because that's how they made money. That's not how you make money anymore.
No,
No.
Tickets don't mean crap to them.
That's just like when you're
tickets
going
and
to watch-
local TV.
That's just like watching an NFL game, and then you click on it for like the channel. It's like check local listing. They're like, I just did. That's why I'm here.
So I'm on the local
Whenever the
list.
Browns are on the road against an NFC team, you typically can't watch them.
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed. Yeah, that'll show the Detroit game, at least in my
Yeah.
parents' place.
Cowboys or the
yeah.
Lions.
That's
or-
not how it is at our house.
Well, you do live in two different areas. They're I think it's literally like a grid map for TV maps.
It could be like
I'll have to show it to you.
it could be Cowboys and Browns, like as a game at 1 o'clock, and then Detroit could play at 1 o'clock. So I know it won't be on Fox because Detroit's going to play on that.
Yeah.
And for some dumb reason, CBS is showing like the Ravens.
Yeah, like the
or they're
Ravens
showing
Steelers.
like or they're
Yeah.
showing like the Chargers, and you're like, what? Like, why is that a game?
Oh.
Like, why is that?
I was gonna say, there were a couple games last year where like you could be watching one game here, and then like Seneca County or like Putnam County be a different game.
It's just I don't even understand this.
We also go off our antenna, so that could.
Yeah, that could be too. Yeah. But no, because like I literally have a website bookmarked in Safari that like has all the TV maps each week for the NFL, so I can actually figure out if I can watch what they're watching.
Much.
Yeah, I'm not in that deep. I just
Since
throw it
we're on
on
the topic of
and
the NFL, can we jump in?
Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna wait for it.
So, for those of you who might be listening, I am wearing a Browns hat. I'm celebrating something the Browns did today.
Our owner actually did something.
Yeah, he did something good. Jimmy Haslam formally said that the Deshaun trade was bad. He threw it out there. That's the first time that he said that. Am I happy about that? Yeah, sure. Now what?
Maybe
Now what? Cool.
now you're
maybe
quite bullish.
he'll let the GM actually do his job.
Yeah.
No.
Take notes, Gerald.
You know what the crazy part is about that? Is he drug his wife down with him. Me and Dee.
I mean, they are both technical owners.
He's
of
like,
the team.
damn. You think she was like, yes, we need Deshaun at this organization right now? No, she was like, what do you want for dinner?
His wife
First,
runs
they don't
the
need
crew.
Exactly. So she was busy actually making good.
Yeah, she was
You're right.
making good financial
Never
decisions.
mind.
You're not
Should
wrong.
say that.
Whoa,
Should
whoa,
not
whoa.
say
Like,
that.
time out.
Hey,
He was asking
the
her
people-
what
Hey, she sold Cucho. Then you better watch out because you know the crew are gonna suck this year. Oh wait, one of the only 2 undefeated teams left.
I saw that today.
Dude, I saw we were number 2 in the power rankings. I'm like, wow, from our group chat reading, it doesn't really look like we should be number 2 in the power rankings.
Yeah.
We've had a couple rough games, but we had a couple very good games.
Well, Diego Rossi shine, man.
His
How do
second,
we get here?
did you see his second goal? Did you see that's such bullcrap?
Can we come back to the curve?
No,
we were
we-
talking about Jimmy Haslam.
no, I got one more thing on soccer, and then I'm done. Thomas Muller is leaving Bayern Munich at the end of the season, and nothing would make me happier than if he came to Columbus. Is it going to happen? Absolutely freaking not.
He's going to enter.
No, he's
That'd be
probably
fun.
going to go to Saudi Arabia and make
Another
crap ton of money.
designated player.
Good
for
for him.
them.
Hey, Haslam, pay up. Give him Watson's contract.
That's not how
Touchdown.
sports work.
Touchdown.
But he's been playing for Bayern Munich since he was 10 years old, so shout out to him.
That's crazy.
He's like 37 now.
For his sake, I'd retire.
Why? He can still make millions
No.
more in MLS.
I'm sure he's got plenty of money.
He does have plenty of money, but he can
Bro-
make
bro
more. And
time.
if he still loves soccer, this will be a league that he can do plenty of damage in.
You better just go take a 1-year retirement tour in the Saudi league and call it good.
Exactly. Yeah.
Good
Let me
for
go
him.
make an extra 60 mil in the Saudi league for a year. Call it. All right. Now you can go back to football.
Yeah. Jimmy Haslam formally apologized. Let me get back to where I was. Jimmy Haslam apologized. What now? I keep seeing that we're going to draft Abdul Carter.
If you think.
He's going to be there.
If not, we're
I-
taking Cam Ward.
Yeah.
And it's a win-win either way.
Is
Yeah.
Cam Ward a win? Are we confident
have-
on that?
I have no faith in any of the quarterbacks this year.
I-
It may just be from the track record of the last 2 years.
Sure.
I was gonna say I said that last year and I was at least pleasantly surprised for the most part.
I get it. People have been saying Shador would be good in Kevin's system, which I think,
think that's true.
that's objectively true. He's a system quarterback. He's not going to wow you on the feet. He's not going to wow you with arm strength, but he can run a system. That's exactly what Baker Mayfield was, and we made the playoffs. That is, to the fullest extent of the definition, what Baker did.
As long as you don't turn him away this time.
Yeah, real. Yeah, as long as
Yeah,
there's a
Haslam.
bail on the guy, we're good.
You just
But-
compare Shador Sanders to Baker Mayfield.
Same
Yeah.
person.
A little bit. It kind of makes sense. Think about it. Baker has a stronger throwing arm, but like he's not gonna wow you on the feet. He's gonna run a solid system. Like I said, he's got a stronger throwing arm, but
Well, I guess Baker coming into the league was a completely different person than Baker Mayfield is now.
yeah. That's
You good? He said no one more.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Baker was a big, flashy, loud, not big, flashy, but loudmouth.
He was big.
He's a
Uh-huh.
big boy. I mean, that's beside the point.
Yeah, he was.
That's fair.
Shador didn't talk a crazy amount of trash on the field. Not like Baker.
No, he had a rap song played after team
Yeah.
touchdown. This is crazy.
And just talk crap about his own teammates.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. I hate my old line the next game. See, look, we good. Look, they standing behind me in this post game press conference. We good.
Well, you saw he could stay. He could.
Bro, if you thought their line was bad, wait till you come to Cleveland.
Oh boy.
It's still better than the Colorado's, but
And we're the NFL equivalent of Colorado. With all of our injuries last year, yeah. By the end of
I
the
would
season,
agree with the injuries. Yeah.
You don't have it.
I saw we signed a guard that played for the Bears last year. Red flag. And
He's
one of
only-
my
He's a backup.
one
Okay.
of my ROTC buddies is a Bears fan. And I was like, hey, we just signed this guy. Is that good? And he goes, you played offensive line for the Bears. No, it's not good.
Oh my God.
But I don't even know what the Browns will do, to be honest. If we take Shador, whatever, we'll ruin him anyway. If we take Abdul Carter, at least our defense will be kind of fun. That's the
Really?
that will be what we wanted Javion Clowney and Miles Garrett to be.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I'll extend on this. Kirk Cousins was in a Cleveland Chipotle.
That's true.
Settle down. You also said Dan was getting traded.
Didn't they
So-
say that
Dude,
that
my
had
dad
nothing to
sent me
do
that
with
like 2 days ago, and I was like, I swear.
He sent me when he put it in the group chat. I'm like, yeah, it's not happening.
Hey,
I didn't think it would. I'm
I
like,
got a no trade clause.
don't you guys need another Lamar Jackson in your division?
Yeah, dude.
I heard that's
He's
what Zach
down
looking like these
33
days.
pounds.
Have you seen Kenny Pickett? We have one.
facts.
I would still argue here. This might be a hot take. The Browns quarterback situation right now
It's better than the Steelers.
took it out of my mouth.
I'd agree with that.
Took it out of my mouth.
The Steelers.
Think about it.
sold.
There are only two quarterbacks on their team right now: Mason Rudolph, Skylar Thompson. That's it.
They actually sold with letting Fields go.
Yeah.
They sold.
That was a bad decision.
And then the Giants somehow made it worse than the Steelers. I think at this point.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
the Giants
maybe.
just made a meme of a quarterback group.
But they just
Yeah,
paid 1 year
yeah.
like 20-some mil.
They gave Russell Wilson 1 year, 21. They signed Jameis for 2 and 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
And
just.
then
And Tommy DeVito.
Yeah.
I just I think the Giants pretty much only signed Russell Wilson. That way people stopped linking them to Aaron Rodgers.
That's kind of funny. We're gonna spend $20 million, so people shut up.
Well, because thinking about
How
it,
thick
like
can your
I
skin be?
I heard that the Steelers might pay Aaron Rodgers $40 million.
That's
For the love
crazy.
of God, they would be getting Ben.
was it out of your deaf ear or
No, that's just the rumor floating.
I hope that happens because I'm not a believer in 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers. And I want Aaron Rodgers. I watched him ball his MVP season.
Yeah, you'll be so pissed when the Steelers still go 9-8.
What? Literally everybody on their team could break a leg. They could sign a bunch of UFL guys right now, and they'd still go at it.
Oh, yeah.
dude? Just wait for 2027 Mac Jones in Pittsburgh. It's gonna ruin lives.
What do you mean? Mac Jones is taking Trevor Lawrence's spot.
No,
Dude,
he's Brock Purdy's backup now. He's on that Sam Darnold mark.
That's
Well, who's taking Trevor Lawrence's spot? You gotta stop. He fixed
I
it.
hate, I
He
hate
fixed
that
it.
head coach.
Probably still
He
CJ
thinks-
Beathard.
He got,
Oh.
a couple weeks later, they gave him a second chance.
I have
That
one more
was
note
so
on the
bad.
Browns. I've seen us connected the last couple of days to Jackson Dart from Ole Miss.
We've been
And the second,
we've been connected to him for a
He's like, I
while.
think he's going to be the best quarterback out of the draft.
I don't know about that, but
I mean,
He'll
in
be
this
fine.
class,
He's got a
in
sick
this
name.
class, why
he,
not?
he could be underhyped and actually be the best one.
Right.
I've seen a lot of people compare him to Bo Nix.
Yeah. Yes. That is literally the exact same thing.
I wouldn't mind Dart
That's a good
if you got him in the second round.
Yeah.
I'm not a Browns fan, but I want it to happen.
If we went Abdul Carter and then got Jackson Dart, that's fine.
That's a W first day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that'd be 2 days.
That's right. First
Yeah.
round.
That-
Dude,
Second
yeah.
round, and
Same,
then
same
third
thing
round.
though.
And
That,
then
that would be fine.
Third round, get a good running back.
Scatabo or Boo. Or
I don't think
Yeah.
he'll last in there.
Yeah, he won't be there in the third. Something like that.
As long as we don't pick Harold Fannin, the draft will be a W personally. I don't want him to go to the Browns.
Dude, I've been seeing a bunch of people start to tweet that the Giants should pick Shadur at 3 and then trade us Malik Neighbors so they can move up to take Travis Hunter at 4. I'm like,
That'd be so fun.
I'm in.
You'd be
You
so happy.
you can
After
have
they
it.
signed 2 quarterbacks this offseason, it just make it so much better.
Like I said, the Giants will be the most electric 4-13 team in the league next year.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
It will happen. James
No,
is going
they
to throw for
won't.
500 yards a week.
Coach,
They,
you
they,
changed
they
my
won't,
Thanksgiving,
they
too.
won't let Jameis on the field.
Dumb.
It'll be Russell Wilson no matter what the whole time.
You say that,
Actually,
and Russell
Tommy
Wilson
DeVito's
will pull
winning
an
the
Aaron
job at the
Rodgers,
camp.
and they'll have no choice but to turn it to James Winston.
No, because then they'll go to Tommy DeVito first. Still,
Yeah.
because it's a garbage franchise.
Whoa.
Whoa, what?
They've won Super Bowls.
They
Yeah,
haven't done
Eli Manning
anything
beat
since
Tom
Eli-
Brady.
I was going to say, Eli Manning beating Tom Brady is their claim to fame.
Typical Cowboys fan living in the past.
Typical Matt White shitting on a team that he doesn't even have a
Oh,
dog in
you're
fight.
so sensitive.
You should
That's
just
not true.
Matt White should
Not
just
true.
go to Seattle. Go to Sam Darnold, Matt.
It is
Sam Darnold. As I said, Mac Jones on that Sam Darnold.
Don't worry.
Ugh.
Yeah. But that's, I
Does he
think
see
that's
dead
everything
people?
I have on the NFL personally. I'm just waiting to see.
Maybe.
Draft in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Just waiting. I saw.
No, wait, is it?
Oh,
I
do
get
have-
to the end of April.
I have one more thing on the NFL. So Joe Thomas got his hip replaced today. So I texted my dad and I was like, "Hey, guess who else?" No, there's a tie.
It's the Mike's
Let me get there.
Yeah,
Sorry.
there's a tie in here.
My bad.
So I don't know if I've said this on here. My dad got his hip replaced in October. So I texted my dad and I was like, "Hey, you have a twin." He's like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Joe Thomas got his hip replaced today." And he was like, "Kind of young for that, isn't he?" And I was like, "Dad, he had to play for the Browns for 11 years."
It ages you.
Yeah.
That's like triple
He
time.
played 10,363 consecutive snaps. That does something to a man.
He's a nice man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
The team was
compresses
like-
your neck down.
The team was like 48, 123, and 3, I think, with him on the team.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
When I was a kid, it was always the Browns are going to go 4-12, and Joe Thomas will be the starting Pro Bowl left tackle.
Yep.
That was the story of every season.
Yep.
That's exactly what happened.
Consistency.
So true.
He dropped back in pass protection like over 6,000 times and allowed 30 sacks.
That's impressive.
Joe Thomas was the staple of my my after church viewing as a child.
Yeah. Second best Cleveland Brown ever, behind Jim Brown, I think.
Attraction.
Who's your top 3?
Auto
We
Grant's in
obviously have our
Auto
top
Graham at
2.
3. If
Oh, if you're gonna do
the
that,
top 3 is
just
pretty
do a Mount
straightforward. I'm
Rushmore.
gonna
Josh Gordon.
Fuck it.
Hey,
Oh, no,
if
like
he
the-
stayed off the weed, he would probably be MVP.
No, the
Gary
NFL is so
Barnage.
strict on
he was
it.
just ahead of his time.
If I had to
True.
do a Mount Rushmore, I think 3 are obvious: Otto Graham, Jim Brown, Joe Thomas. For a 4th one, I'm
Sure.
gonna go. Funny, I'm gonna go with Greg Lewis. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go with Bernie Kosar. He's
LeBron James. He never played for the Browns, but it's worth it.
All right, nice.
Put that in.
Hey, Bernie Kosar did win a Super Bowl ring with the Dallas Cowboys.
No, well,
Really?
Browns fan living in the past.
He took. I looked it up. He
Way
took-
further back past national championship.
He took the knee to like end the game. So Bernie Kosar did play in the Super Bowl. With
Well, you know, Kenny Pickett's a Super Bowl champion too.
That's where we stopped reading his resume.
Super Bowl chip.
But that I think that would be my Mount Rushmore.
I didn't know if you would have the legendary kicker in there.
I'll just
can't
ask you who
list
your
those
Mount
all
Rushmore is.
You can't. Not with 3 Hall of Famers and a franchise legend.
The Scott.
Well, and you can't retire his number anymore either.
Who's
Phil Dawson has been tainted.
who's the last one to wear 4?
Deshaun.
I see. That's how good I am at pushing bad stuff out of my memory.
Oh, that's what I was sitting here thinking about. I was like,
who's the last one to wear 4? That makes
I was
sense.
gonna say, I was like,
Everyone who has worn 4 either got hurt or it's
What's the other
yeah.
side?
Oh, yeah.
Got hurt or Yeah.
Rip Anthony Walker Jr., brother.
Still not wrong on
He didn't
that.
get hurt.
Multiple
Some other
times.
stuff
Oh.
as well to
Yeah.
taint his
Yeah. Speaking of
Yeah.
four, my football
image.
team
That's
picks
the
at four.
Oh. Yeah, how about Travis Hunter, buddy?
I'm definitely more intrigued than I was 2 days ago.
I mean, he could be in Cleveland too.
Funny little side story, ladies and
I hate
gentlemen.
Tate McMillan now. Make me sad.
Brady you put something in the group chat the other day, and I was like, nah, you guys are taking Travis Hunter at 4, and you were like,
Oh,
well, I prefer Ted McMillan, but okay. And then today, Brady put another thing in there, or was it you or was it Daniel?
I think it was Daniel.
It might, yeah. And it was Ted McMillan talking like, hey, I don't like watching film and I don't watch football.
It was me.
Was it you?
Yeah.
That's my bad.
Daniel was
Yeah.
the first response then.
Okay. Got to give credit where credit's due. But, and then Brady was like, yeah, never mind. I'll take Travis Hunter now.
Well, because now the wild card is the Giants take Travis Hunter.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'll be the first one to say this. I am super guilty of throwing Travis Hunter under the bus, I think, more than he deserves. The guy's an athlete.
Yeah.
He is. The guy is an athlete. And I feel like the media, since he won the Heisman over Ashton Genty, the media's done a great job at like portraying him as not as good as he is, which I think is a disservice. That guy should be talent-wise a top 5 pick.
Yeah, absolutely. But I just don't think he's gonna be able to play both ways.
Oh no, not like how he did in college.
And
But
he's convinced that he can.
I saw
Really?
it.
He is.
Oh, he.
I said,
you
I saw
were
a thing
looking
where
at
Yeah.
you play him as a corner, and then on 3rd down or in the red zone, you put him in at receiver. That makes sense to me. But I'm also not running a multi-billion-dollar sports franchise, so
Although I would venture to guess you could do it better than some.
Jimmy Haslam, yes, I could. Yes, you know why? Because Baker Mayfield would still be a Cleveland Brown.
I don't know about that. I think you turned on him.
What? Not as much as Genius over there. I was upset
I
after
came
that
back.
game.
I came back.
Yeah, 3 years
Yeah,
late.
3 years later.
You
Hey, I
realize you're-
still came back.
I was definitely upset after that last Steelers game where he just got mauled by TJ Watt the whole time.
Oh, I remember that.
That's the greatest
All right.
rant I've ever had before in my life. I wasn't even mad at him. I was just mad at the situation.
Yeah.
Like,
They should've
whatever.
shut him down.
I hope he continues to ball out with Tampa Bay.
Baker
Nothing would make me
Mayfield
happier.
would have stayed in Cleveland if he didn't play hurt.
Or if
Baker
he just
Mayfield was still
didn't
around.
didn't roster Odell.
If
Blame
That's
Baker-
half
his
true
dad.
as well.
That's
I
also
think.
after, yeah.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield wasn't a real man and played through his injuries.
Yeah, if Baker Mayfield didn't try and put the city on his back, he'd still be on the team.
Everything that quote unquote blue collar America, Cleveland, Ohio begs for.
Yep.
Is exactly
We
what he
finally had a
did.
quarterback who wanted to be there.
And they all persecuted him for
I
it.
can't tell you the last time we had a
Cleveland Browns.
quarterback with a winning record. Bernie Kosar ended his career with a losing record
By like,
Baker
what, 3
Mayfield
games?
by 1 game.
1 game.
Baker Mayfield was also had a losing record as the Browns starter. He was 29-30. Like, I can't tell you the last time we had a winning starter.
Well, you know, just Cleveland legends.
Yeah. The most accomplished quarterback in the history of our team, I looked it up,
Baker
was
Mayfield.
Brian
Oh.
Sipe.
Oh,
Played in the 70s.
Yeah.
He was before Bernie. It went from Brian Sipe to Bernie.
I'm a Brian Drew believer.
when did the national championship
Oh,
become the
nuts.
Super Bowl?
Bonte,
It had to be in the
remember.
60s, right?
Oh, it was 1966.
I was
Because my
trying to.
dad's the same age as the Super Bowl.
Huh.
That's how I remember that.
All right, that makes sense. I was gonna work backwards
That's
to
super
be like,
easy.
okay, we just had Super Bowl, but then I couldn't remember what Super Bowl number we had.
I think it was just 58, right? That's how old my dad is.
I was gonna say,
That's
what?
how-
You tell us.
I'm pretty sure. That's what my dad always says. That
sounds
he's
right.
the same age as Super Bowl.
That's an easy way to remember it.
Yeah, that's super dope. But
And
yeah.
guess what? He's still never seen his stupid team play in it.
According to AI, we 3P.
What's
In like
Bro, I'm not even confident in that.
didn't AI also predict like the Lakers to win a Super Bowl before?
I hope so.
What was that? What was that you sent us?
Oh, I think it was
No, that was an NBA.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it was an-
teams that didn't exist yet. Were
it was-
in the finals.
well, and it was- and it was an
Yeah.
it was an NHL team that put it. They put the Edmonton Oilers in the NBA.
Yeah, that's right. But it wasn't. I don't think it was Edmonton. I think it might have had a different city on it. Or something.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways,
But yeah, like, the last thing was we're either gonna pick Travis Hunter, take Will Campbell to be our left tackle, or Ashton Jinty's been posted on social media with
I
like
hope so.
5 different New England Patriots this week. So I'm just like, I'm really bad at taking those 4.
Good.
There's
Then you
worse
can stop
picks.
complaining about Stevenson.
There are.
He's
Well,
definitely
you
he's an upgrade over Stevenson and Antonio Gibson.
Oh,
I
massive.
do agree with this. But
For
at the
the
same
next 3
time,
years.
oh, by the way, since last time we've talked, my football team paid another man, Stephon Diggs, 3 years. I think it's 69 million. I think
It
it's
was 69
23 per.
Nice.
He has an opt out after the first year, so we need to be good.
That makes sense.
Um,
I don't know if you've paid attention to much of Stephon Diggs' career, but
it would just be really helpful if we got him good players who catch the ball.
Hey,
expect that to be
Stephon Diggs always complains about targets.
That's true. We'll get plenty of those
Okay.
when Drake May isn't laying on the ground.
That's
True.
When Drake May is like pulling turf out of his helmet, he'll still get the target. It'll just be either 80
Yeah.
feet over him or
Yeah.
70 feet in front of him.
I am firmly on the train of if somebody is calling you to move up for Travis or Shedeur, you take it, move back a couple
Yes.
picks, and take Will Campbell.
That's
We
what I
need
mean.
a play left
The
tackle.
Browns might do
That's
that
what I'm
too.
thinking Browns too. If somebody calls us about 2, we got to do it.
The one tackle we have signed played with the Jets last year. Draft a tackle, please.
The
Again, I'm willing to trust Diggs' belief in a potential bounce back for Jalen Polk, but we need a left tackle.
Are the Jets going to be fun this year?
They might.
why not?
No.
You got Justin Fields. Yeah.
No.
Good answer.
No.
Fair answer.
I mean,
Garrett Wilson and Justin Fields has the potential to be fun, but so did Garrett Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. So did Garrett Wilson and whoever they had before that, Zach Wilson.
so did Justin Fields and DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah, same
Yeah,
same beat.
And then the Bears said,
No, I still
Yeah.
get Matt Nagy for that.
So did Justin
Yeah.
Fields and George
Yeah.
Pickens.
Could have been. They didn't.
I'll take it back.
want to play.
The Steelers are
Not
just the most
respectable.
electric team in football
I
this
said
year.
Justin Fields and George Pickens.
Hey, they were 4-2 with Fields. I will.
That is true.
I'm excited to watch
They look good,
DK
they
and Pickens like just swear up with the cornerback in the first play and then both get ejected.
That's what I mean. The Steelers will be the most electric team in football this year. You never know what they're gonna do next.
Goodness, dude.
So,
They're going to be attacking each other, though.
real talk. Browns Steelers. Who is covering DK? Is it going to be Denzel Ward or Pickens?
MJ Emerson.
Linebacker out
It'll
there.
be
Emerson-
Denzel Ward and MJ Emerson are starting right now, so you just split them.
It's
Emerson-
Miles Garrett.
Yeah.
Emerson's on
Drop back in.
PK and
Probably have
then
to
Ward's
order.
on Pickett.
I hope so.
I was just about to say there would have been a time where Clayton would have his voice would have got really high and got Jimmy Emerson starting.
I'm just kind of accepted that he's going to be there as long as I'm not watching the game and Isaac doesn't give him a compliment 5 plays beforehand. That always seems to happen. Look at that play by MJ Emerson. The next play he gets cooked on a deep route.
Yeah, absolutely. Hosed.
Hey, Juan Thornhill is no longer a Cleveland Brown though. So
He's
that's-
on the Steelers.
He is on the Steelers. That's like half of our problems gone right there.
Nice.
Because he
Juan
doesn't
Thornhill
know
with a
how to
pass?
play defense.
What? Juan Thornhill was like slightly less trash Andrew Sendejo. It was fun watching him.
I think
almost make-
I think Sadeo might be a little bit better.
Okay, let's not push it here. Okay. Andrew Sendejo is one of the worst Cleveland Browns I've seen.
That is true. Thornhill
That's
was,
really saying something.
Thornhill was pretty bad when he played.
Thornhill was bad. Antonio Callaway was an idiot.
Yeah.
Corey Coleman sucked.
Yeah.
Johnny Manziel was terrible.
Yeah.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
DTR sucked.
Yeah.
Justin Gilbert sucked.
Yeah.
Barkevius Mingo sucked.
I think Joe Petonio is pretty good though.
Who?
Joe Petonio.
Oh, Joel Batonio's been good. Baker was cool. Jarvis Landry was kind of fun.
If Josh Gordon stayed off the week, he would have been amazing.
He probably would have been a Hall of Fame wide receiver.
Oh, you would have been, yes.
Yeah.
He was like the second coming of Megatron.
He
Well, the
was.
year he won the receiving yards title, he was suspended for 2 games still.
I think
He
you know.
was
Yeah.
suspended the first 2 games of the year and still led the league in receiving yards.
Yeah.
I think
Did he
think
play
Josh
that?
Gordon might be my favorite
Probably.
Brown Patriot crossover ever.
Yeah. Who are some other Brown Patriot crossovers? Danny
I was
Shelton.
saying just a bunch
Pepper.
of random dudes on defense for the
Yeah.
most part. Brian Hoyer.
Oh, you know who my favorite is? Jabril Peppers.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my favorite.
I need his name to be in the stat sheet, not the court docket. That'd be fantastic.
Well,
Mine's Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents.
yeah.
Nice.
Good choice.
Nah, the Zach and Cody NBA crossover was way better actually.
Oh, with Dwight Howard. That was a good one.
That was a good one too.
That was really fun.
I like the
though, right?
Victorious
Yeah.
and iCarly crossover. That was a good.
Yeah.
No,
That
That
massive,
was also a good one.
massive W that one.
The Panda was legendary.
Panda.
Always has been.
Yeah.
That just means you gotta go home and brush up.
That's true.
Panda.
Nobody tell him.
Panda.
Nobody tell him. Make him think.
It's actually the same panda that's in Dude Perfect now.
I was saying, how should
It might be.
It should be. I hope so.
Do you know what I'm talking about? You look so lost.
For sure.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell him either.
Well, you guys can just go home, sit on Matt's couch with a some popcorn and get
to
to
my
it.
own couch. But
Brady, as much as I would love
Ow.
to continue this conversation. Baseball. Moving to baseball. We had opening weekend this weekend.
Stop
Guards-
the count. The Cardinals are undefeated.
All right.
Stop the count. The Marlins are winning the NL
Stop the
East.
count. Reds are in second. We're in a wild card spot right now. Stop the count.
And the Cubs suck. And the Brewers suck. It's
Yeah,
a good day to
and
be
the
alive.
Pirates are somehow in between those two.
And the
Just
White
by percentages.
and the White Sox actually won.
9-0 today, by the way.
Yeah.
They won twice.
Bro. Can I just throw this out there real quick? This has nothing to do
World
with you guys.
Series
Absolutely not. We suck. It just hasn't happened yet.
champ.
Oh, fair enough.
1% chance.
We'll play the White Sox. Cardinals White Sox. World Series. Book it. It's absolutely.
It was-
I'm betting on the umpires.
Freaking Cardinals Twitter sucks, dude. So obviously they've been complaining for months and months and months. Why are we saying this, that, and the other? And then we played good for 3 games. And they're like, oh my gosh, we're back, blah, blah, a bunch of bull crap. Obviously memeing and jokes. Everybody knows we're not going absolutely nuclear this year. We had a good series. Awesome. Sweet. The White Sox come out and dominate the Twins. It goes, first thing I see on Twitter today, does this make you guys rethink everything that just happened in our first series?
Dude,
Why you gotta be so negative?
dude.
Bro,
Welcome to
just be
baseball Twitter,
Just
man.
be happy we have as many hits with runners in scoring position this year as we did all of last season.
Welcome to Cleveland
Just-
social media.
That's
Just
like
be happy.
that is
for
the
a little.
universe. The Reds tweet Twitter from this offseason. Everyone was so we got Tito, everyone was so excited, all good vibes, happiness, and literally the first series ended and everyone was like, it's been 1 series and I hate Tito. I want him to be fired.
Dude,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like,
Sick
just
of it.
calm down. It's been 1 series. And
My-
they're still pissed off because we're winning 14-0 now. So
my favorite thing right now is everybody is bringing up a lot of the garbage that was posted under the tweet about when we traded Savali for Kyle Manzardo. Everybody's like, surely this comment section is full of positivity and joy.
Yep. I wasn't.
Manzardo hits 2 bombs off the lefty.
Yeah.
Has like 9 RBIs.
There's no complaints from me. He had a great opening weekend. We were 2-1 on the weekend, which is fine. I watched a little bit of the game on Sunday. Hunter Gaddis struggled a bit, but other than that, they look fine.
Joey Cantillo needs to not be in the bullpen. I
Yeah.
told you then that was not a whole lot of breakdown that like Gaddis let up a run. That was Cantillo's fault. The run went to Cantillo. Should not be in the bullpen. But all of our lefty relievers are injured, so he's just there because he has to be.
You want to read this for us?
Yeah, I got you. Matt just passed me his phone. Shower mishap. Freddie Freeman tweet to surgically repaired ankle while entering the shower. He's out tonight and day to day.
no, we didn't.
Bruh.
Is that real?
It's from Talking Baseball.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
That's wild, dude.
That is second to the Brandon Morrow pants that we talked about a couple months ago.
From Fabian Ardaya from The Athletic.
Yep.
That's absurd.
That's not great.
I imagine you wear them like them toed shoes.
Yeah.
You wear them in the shower.
Or grippy socks.
Yeah.
Like you get in the hospital.
The old Sky Zone socks.
No, they're gonna give them parents in the shower.
Hey, brand deal. Book it.
Dude, I've said it the last couple of years. The Dodgers have to have like the worst medical staff in the league.
No, that would go to the New York Yankees. Juice.
No, like have you seen the Dodgers injured list?
The Los
They have
Angeles
6
Angels.
starting pitchers on it. Not even on their team right now. Just on the injured list.
Sticking with the Los Angeles Angels. They have one of the best players in baseball in all time. Can't get them to play.
No, I blame
No, their help.
No, can't be his fault.
No, their issue is their staff hands out drugs to players. That's their problem.
Hey,
Isn't that part of their job?
that's LA, baby.
Not those kinds of.
Or is that Atlanta now?
Not when the guy OD'd.
Oh,
Or is that Atlanta now?
dude,
No,
So
Yes,
No, I think
funny.
that was on his own.
Dude, I'm just so excited someone else got banned for PEDs. So no one can talk about Marte anymore.
There's always gonna be another one.
Dude, the whole biogenesis scandal with like A-Rod and Ryan Braun back in the day was like the first thing I really remember about PED suspensions.
Yeah.
Because like he wasn't in Cleveland anymore, but Johnny Peralta was like one of the big guys brought up in that. And I was like, I know him. No wonder he's bad.
One of my favorite conversations I've ever had with my dad was him talking about how stupid you have to be caught using PEDs.
Yeah.
Because 90% of the time, you know when they're going to test you.
Yep.
Like, it's very uncommon for you to be randomly tested in the MLB. Obviously, it's different for other leagues and stuff, but that was one of my favorite conversations I've ever had. It was right after, you know who got suspended for PEDs that brought that up? Marlon Byrd. That was after the Marlon Byrd, his second suspension. My dad and I were talking about that.
Oh,
It was
Marlon
like
Byrd.
the Abraham Almonte days.
I was gonna say that Cleveland Indians legend.
I saw my favorite list that I've seen in a very
yes.
long time.
Oh,
A couple of days ago.
I just had it. I would say like, dude, I forgot. It was one of the PED thing. What do you think about this?
So every year since 2013, the guards have started a different right fielder.
Oh, I did see that.
It's my favorite statistic ever.
I think we have the third longest like streak of that type in the league.
I believe it.
Because I think the Giants have had a different starting left fielder every year since the end of Barry Bonds' career. So I think they're like
Yeah.
17.
I did hear that on when the Reds were covering that.
All right.
Elliot Ramos was this one this year.
Last 14 years, so 2012 on up. I'm just going to read them all in order. Shin-Shu Chu, one of the first Guardians I remember. Drew Stubbs, David Murphy, Brandon Moss, Colin Cowgill, Abraham Almonte, Lonnie Chisenhall, Tyler Naquin, Domingo Santana, Josh Naylor, Stephen Kwan, Will Brennan, Ramon Loreno. Is that who you say that? Lariano, and then John Kenzie Noel.
Did you say Josh Naylor?
Yeah.
He used to play outfield?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
until he had his entire leg snapped in half. Yes.
It looks like someone.
I think he came up through the Padres system
Leo.
primarily as
That's
an
great.
outfielder.
Yeah.
Dig back into YouTube and find the COVID year highlights for Guardians Yankees. Josh Naylor raked off of Garrett Cole, but it was skinny Josh Naylor, so he was actually running and stealing bases.
So
You will look at him and be like,
COVID, did he
that
just
was Josh
find
Naylor?
his love for dessert or what?
No.
That's when it
He
started.
broke his leg and got fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was.
Happens to the best of us.
That's it. It was like June of 21. He and Ernie Clement collided on a shallow pop to right and just destroyed his leg.
So
The clip is awful.
The second
Really?
birthday I know stuff.
what game was that? I'm just gonna Google Josh Naylor snaps leg.
Oh,
Yeah, you won't have to find the game. It'll be there.
Is the
Yeah.
bone out of his?
No, it's not like
Okay,
that.
all right.
No,
It's
but
not
it's
great, but it's not. It's
the
not like that.
collision
Compound
was
fracture.
super. Like the collision was
Did you see? Oh my God, who was it? Someone fractured their ankle on a home run.
Yeah.
He swung and his ankle bent down, and he was just hobbling, literally limping around the bases.
Yes.
Wasn't it a pirate?
Yes, because
It
the
was
Pirates are the
Nick
most
something.
tragic franchise
What was it?
ever.
Nick
It was
Gonzalez?
it was Nick Gonzalez.
Oh my God. They were like, the Pirates' luck could not be any worse. this
Dude.
year. He broke his ankle
Yes.
on a home run. I'm like,
Dude.
what the?
That takes swinging out of your shoes to a whole
He
new level.
swung and the ankle, like how you just always roll it when they swing like that.
Yeah.
He I think they,
Just kept
it
going.
shows maybe a dislocation / maybe
I
a
know.
small fracture or something. I'm like, oh God.
The Pirates are just super tragic. Like they opened with the Marlins, and 3 of the 4 games the Marlins walked off. They're the first team in over 100 years to have all 3 of their first 3 losses all be walk-offs.
Yeah, but you know what?
Since the 1918 Pirates or whatever. It's only them. Leave it to the Pirates to do something the first time in eons. Last done by the Pirates.
One of the
Good.
Reds accounts I
Heck no.
followed retweeted it, and they were like, if this was the Reds, I definitely wouldn't be a fan anymore. I'm like, yeah, it's always worse somewhere else.
It'd
You
be hard
remember
to.
that.
Oh,
The grass is not greener in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
One of my favorite
fucking goal.
COVID baseball things was pictures of Pete Alonso right after quarantine. You guys remember that?
Big meat Pete.
He was so,
It was
he
jacked.
was so out of shape.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. This dude was like just
That was
drinking
afterwards,
Bush
wasn't
Light
it?
and eating pizza every day.
Didn't he get absolutely jacked and then won the home run derby? Was that before COVID?
That might have been before COVID.
Oh my goodness.
But
that's
after
crazy.
COVID, like I remember seeing pictures of him working out, and I was like, damn.
That's right. That's when he became the polar bear.
Yeah. But yeah, that when you brought up COVID and dessert, I was like, Pete Alonso.
Just Oreos and Bush Light, maybe.
Yeah.
Let it ride.
But after the guards are in San Diego tonight,
Yes.
opening day is Thursday.
Next
That's next Thursday. Next Thursday.
Next-
Right?
Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. I
I
knew it was
think.
next week. But yeah, my dad will be there. Excited.
Nice.
Happy baseball's back. No complaints.
I can't complain so far.
Yeah.
Home for the Twins, swept them, and then home for the Angels right now. I think we're up 2-1.
Oh, last thing. I think we have one more thing we got to talk about before we sign off. Hey, Matt. I think your team had something happen yesterday.
What?
Oh, I don't know. The benches clearing brawl.
Oh, we switched
Oh.
to basketball. I was okay. I missed that. My bad. Yeah,
I
and
didn't exclusively say that, but you were wearing a typical shirt, so that's why.
excuse me. Sorry, I was
No,
looking
you're
at
good,
the person who is expected to go number 2 in the WNBA draft isn't
Who's that?
going to the draft. Girl from Notre Dame. I can't
Oh,
say her
okay.
name.
Fair enough.
I can't say it. Nope. She's going to the transfer portal to make NIL money. rather
I was
than
gonna
go to
say
the
she'll
W-
probably make more money
because
yeah.
she'll make more money. Nice.
And then she'll go to the WNBA draft.
Yeah,
When they'll be making more money eventually.
hopefully.
Slowly
She'll
but
get other
surely.
deals and stuff.
Baby steps.
So Dante DiVincenzo and Beef Stew were talking crap, and then Nas Reed got angry and started fighting with Marcus Sasser, or was it Ron Holland? I don't know. They both ended up getting ejected anyways.
Yeah.
Hey, long story short, 3 Pistons, 2 Timberwolves, and plus a coach from each side all ended up getting ejected.
So,
Look up the video. You can get courtside footage of it. It's spilled into the first row of seats.
Yeah.
One of our beat writers took a picture of the seats this morning. They were at like shoot around or whatever. All the front row seats are still like crumpled down.
I'm happy nobody bothered to fix that. That makes me.
No, they
happy.
just left them. I'll try to find the picture. But yeah, so the Pistons were already missing 2 starters that game. Tobias Harris and Cade Cunningham were both out, and they were kind of bodying us to that point. Like the score wasn't bad, but they were definitely like kicking our butts.
Sure.
And then after the fight, we outscored them like 95-65 or something like that. Or like 95-68. Yeah, we
I guess they
dominated them the rest of the way.
They needed Isaiah Stewart more than you guys needed Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah, our 2 highest scorers off the bench. Now we don't need them.
Nah.
But I just appreciate all the posts that I've seen that are like, I have
Luka
never.
Garza. Shout out to
Hey, the
Luka.
goat, Luka.
He had a game, man.
Yeah, he played 7 seconds. No, he played 2 seconds, scored 2 points, and had 1 foul.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all you need to do.
Hey, his
Heck of a game.
per 36 numbers are nuts.
Exactly. He did his job.
Yeah. Detroit's like Garza can shoot.
Oh, you know who else
Got a
had good game
standing
last
ovation.
weekend?
Yep.
Drew Timmy.
True to he had a double double.
He did.
He did.
He had 19 points. Can't argue with that.
Dude,
Nope.
I saw a clip on Twitter. It was like I think it was of his double game. Like, guys, every time Drew Timmy scores, the Nets are playing the Timmy
Yeah, from South
the
Park.
Timmy soundbite from South Park.
Also, from NBA memes yesterday, Kevon Looney hit a 3 before Joel Embiid made it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Hilarious. The Sixers are officially eliminated from the playoffs too.
They've been eliminated from day one.
Yeah, they were eliminated.
Not
at
day
that-
1. They still had Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, Paul George, and Jared McCain day 1.
No.
Yeah, but
And they've
Yeah,
already been
they're
ruled
both
out for all of next season.
That's fair.
Podcast P was too busy.
Can't be.
He doesn't do that anymore.
Most pro athletes should have a podcast, in my opinion.
Most?
Well, that's my fan base.
You know who shouldn't have a podcast?
Draymond Green.
Garza tweeted this after the game
No,
last night.
Draymond Green should have a podcast. That's funny. Draymond Green should have a podcast. You know who shouldn't have a podcast? Deshaun Watson. This has been Hot Take Sports episode 179. Make sure to follow us on all our social medias at Hot Take Sports 16. Give us your best hot take. Use code HTS at SeatGeek for $20 off of your first purchase. Get those tickets. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you all next week.